You woke up, skipped breakfast, stayed strong, and then did the one thing that told your body to stop burning fat before you even left the house. It wasn't food. It wasn't a cheat. It was something you do every single morning without thinking twice. And the cruel part? You probably think it's helping your fast. Nobody warned you because it doesn't look like a mistake. It looks like discipline. But there's a specific hormonal trigger hiding inside your morning routine, and once it fires, your fasting window becomes decoration. No new supplements, no schedule changes, just one tiny adjustment to what you're already doing. After this, your mornings will never feel the same because you'll finally know what was quietly undoing everything. Let me walk you through your morning. Your alarm goes off. Maybe you hit snooze, maybe you don't. Either way, you get up, and here's what's already happening inside you that you can't feel. Your body has been running on its own fuel all night. While you were sleeping, your liver was quietly handing out stored energy like a night shift worker keeping the lights on. Insulin was low. Growth hormone was elevated. Your fat cells were literally open for business, releasing fatty acids into your bloodstream to be burned. This is the golden zone. This is the state most people are fasting to reach, and you're already in it for free just because you slept. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most people think fasting starts when they decide to skip breakfast, but your body doesn't care about your meal schedule. It cares about signals, chemical signals. And the moment certain signals fire, the golden zone shuts down. Doesn't matter if you haven't eaten a single calorie. Let me say that again because it's important. You can break your fast without eating. Sound crazy? Stick with me. So you're up, you walk to the kitchen, and the first thing most people reach for is coffee. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. Technically 0 calories, technically still fasting. And look, I'm not here to take your coffee away. Relax. But here's what nobody tells you about that first cup. Coffee doesn't just wake up your brain, it wakes up your adrenal glands. Those little guys sitting on top of your kidneys? They hear the caffeine knock on the door and they respond by releasing cortisol. Now, cortisol gets a bad reputation. People call it the stress hormone like it's some villain. It's not. Cortisol is your body's way of saying, hey, time to be alert, time to mobilize energy. Totally normal. But here's the problem. Your cortisol was already elevated, naturally, because cortisol peaks in the morning. It's part of what actually wakes you up. It's called the cortisol awakening response. Your body had it handled, and then you dumped a shot of espresso on top of it. Now you've got double the signal. Your liver gets the message, emergency, release glucose, and suddenly your blood sugar rises. Not from food, from stress chemistry. And what follows a blood sugar rise? Insulin. Your body releases insulin to clean up that glucose. And the moment insulin shows up to the party, your fat cells lock the doors. The golden zone? Gone. You're now storing, not burning. And you haven't eaten a single thing. Honestly, this alone trips up about half the people I talk to. But your morning's not done sabotaging you yet. Let's move to mistake number 2. You've had your coffee. Maybe you're checking your phone now. Emails, notifications, messages from last night, the news, social media. You're scrolling before your feet even hit the shower. Here's what's happening biologically. Every stressful notification, every annoying email, every piece of bad news, it's another cortisol hit. Small ones, sure, but they stack. Your body doesn't distinguish between, my boss sent a passive-aggressive email, and there's a bear outside. Stress is stress. The chemical response is the same. More cortisol, more blood sugar mobilization, more insulin. You're 20 minutes into your morning, and your body has already received multiple signals that say, this is not a safe time to burn stored fat. We need quick energy. We need to be ready. Your fasting window is technically still open on the clock, but hormonally, it's been compromised. Now, most guys hear this and think, great, so I can never drink coffee or check my phone. No, that's not the point. The point is sequence and timing. There's a difference between doing these things at 6 a.m. when your cortisol is already peaking and doing them at 9 a.m. when it's naturally coming down. Let me give you the simple version. Your cortisol peaks roughly 30 to 45 minutes after you wake up. That peak is natural. It's supposed to happen. What you don't want to do is pour gasoline on that peak. Coffee, stress, intense phone use, even a hard workout, all of these amplify a signal that was already loud. So here's the shift, and it's embarrassingly simple. Delay your coffee by 90 minutes to 2 hours after waking. That's it. That's the move. Let your natural cortisol peak do its thing. Let it rise, crest, and start to fall. Then, when it's on the way down, bring in the caffeine. Now, the coffee works better because it's not competing with your body's own wake-up signal, and it's not spiking cortisol at a time when your fat cells were wide open. I know what you're thinking. 2 hours without coffee? Kong, are you trying to ruin my life? I get it. I do. But here's a trick that helped me. and it's so dumb it almost feels like it shouldn't work. Drink water first, a big glass. Room temperature or cold, doesn't matter. Your body wakes up dehydrated. A lot of that early morning grogginess isn't actually tiredness, it's your cells being dry. Hit them with water and you'd be surprised how much sharper you feel without the caffeine crutch. Now let's talk about the phone. I'm not going to tell you to go on some digital detox or meditate for an hour. That's not Kong's style. But here's a practical rule. For the first 30 minutes after you wake up, keep the phone on Do Not Disturb. Not off, not in another room, just silent. Check it after you've had your water, after you've moved around a little, after your body has had a chance to settle into the day without being assaulted by information. The difference this makes is not dramatic on day one, but over a week, 2 weeks, your fasting mornings start to feel completely different. You'll notice you're not as hungry as early. You'll notice your energy is more stable. And that's not magic. That's just your body staying in the fat-burning zone longer because you stopped kicking it out. Knowing what to fix is one thing. Actually having it mapped out day by day so you don't have to guess is another. I put together a complete system based on exactly what we just talked about. Meal protocols, workout timing, a 30-day tracker, all of it. It's pinned in the first comment. Grab it before your next fasting window. And if this is making sense to you, hit subscribe. We're just getting started. Now here's the third thing, and this one's sneaky. Exercise. Specifically, intense exercise first thing in the morning while fasted. I can already hear it, but Kong, fasted cardio burns more fat. And look, there's a version of that statement that's true. Low to moderate movement while fasted, a walk, some light stretching, easy cycling, that can absolutely work with your fasting state. Your body uses fat as fuel because the demand is low and steady. But what a lot of guys do is wake up and hit a hard Haidite session or heavy lifting on an empty stomach at 6 a.m. And here's the thing nobody talks about. Intense exercise is a stressor, a powerful one. And your body responds to it exactly the way it responds to everything else we've talked about, cortisol. In fact, high-intensity training can spike cortisol higher than almost anything else you'll encounter in your day. So now you've got morning cortisol peak, plus coffee cortisol, plus training cortisol, all stacking inside a fasted window. Your body is swimming in stress signals. And instead of calmly burning fat, it's in full emergency mode, breaking down muscle for quick glucose, storing whatever it can, holding water, spiking inflammation. You walked into that workout thinking you were accelerating your fast, but you were actually telling your body that the world is dangerous and now is not the time to let go of stored energy. The fix? If you love morning training, keep it easy during your fasted window. Save the intensity for after you've eaten, or at least shift it to later in the morning when cortisol has come down. A 30-minute walk in the morning sun will do more for your fat loss during a fast than a brutal HIIT circuit that sends your stress hormones through the roof. And speaking of morning sun, that's actually a bonus move. Getting natural light in your eyes within the first hour of waking helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which directly affects cortisol patterns, sleep quality, and, you guessed it, how efficiently your body burns fat. So that easy morning walk, it's doing double duty. Let me put it all together for you. Your new morning looks like this. You wake up. You drink water. You get some natural light, even just standing by a window for a few minutes. You leave the phone quiet for the first half hour. You delay coffee until mid-morning. And if you move, you keep it easy. A walk, some stretching. Nothing that makes your body think it's under attack. That's it. Same fasting window, same schedule, same discipline you already have. The only difference is you're not accidentally telling your body to shut down the exact process you're fasting to activate. Look, here's the thing about fasting. Most people focus on the hours. I did 16 hours, I did 18 hours, I did 20. And that's great. But hours don't mean anything if the hormonal environment inside those hours is working against you. It's not about how long you fast. It's about what your body is actually doing while you fast. And your morning routine is the single biggest lever you have to control that. You've been doing the hard part already. Skipping breakfast takes willpower. Pushing through hunger takes grit. All I'm asking you to do now is stop sabotaging the results you already earn. One last thing, as always, I'm sharing what I've seen work with real people in real life. But everybody's different. If you're on medication, if you have a health condition, talk to your doctor before making changes. Kong's got your back, but your doctor's got your chart. Now go fix that morning. Your fast has been waiting for you to let it actually work.